And while it is Severe Weather Awareness Week, Blake, we shouldn't have to worry about any severe weather in our immediate forecast.
Yeah, no severe weather, thankfully, over the next week, Juliet. By the way, the statewide tornado drill will be tomorrow at 1 in the afternoon. Now, it is not mandatory, but many communities will participate in that statewide drill. So if you hear the sirens in your backyard, it is not because there's an active severe weather risk. It is because it is the statewide drill for tomorrow, being Severe Weather Awareness Week. High temperatures today. Well, here on this St. Patrick's Day, it was all about a winter feel. That's for sure. Daytime highs, this was it. Upper teens to lower 20s. This is what we usually see in the midst of winter. On average, we should be sitting around 45 degrees here on this St. Patrick's Day, and we were nowhere close. In fact, when you look back on St. Patrick's Day, the coldest ever high temperatures, well, today in Grand Rapids, we sat at 22 degrees. That would mark it as the fourth coldest St. Patrick's Day in the way of the high temperature in recorded history. And records go back in Grand Rapids to 1892. That would mean it would be our coldest St. Patrick's Day since 1941. Muskegon, this would put you tied for second for the coldest high temperature here on the 17th of March, and also the coldest St. Patrick's Day since 1941. So a long time ago since we've seen this type of cold here on St. Patrick's Day. Now, our 13 weather ball is blinking red. We will be back into the 30s tomorrow. Having said that, it's not warm enough to prevent the chance of snow to sneak back into the area. Our 13 weather ball brought to you by LaFontaine Ford of Grand Rapids. As for what's going on right now, mostly cloudy sky, but a few peaks of blue sky trying to sneak through before the sun sets in about an hour from now. Sunset just prior to 8 in the evening. Our focus turns to, well, this next system. Weak system coming in from the west. That will bring in the chance of snow by the end of tonight, and especially as tomorrow morning goes on. For many, this will be a weak system, nothing you'll remember a few days from now, but for some at the lakeshore, there'll be enough of a boost off of Lake Michigan to enhance that snow shower activity. So here it is, hour-by-hour forecast. We're quiet this evening and through a fair chunk of tonight, but just prior to daybreak, around 4 or 5 in the morning, we'll start to see that system knock on the doorstep, some light snow spreading across West Michigan. Now, the steadiest snow with that southwest wind, that boost off of Lake Michigan, will be near and north of Muskegon. So Muskegon, Oceana, Mason County, you serve as the greater chance to see some snow accumulation and also some slick roads as tomorrow morning goes on. For the most part, though, this system's out of here in a hurry, and by midday, and especially as the afternoon goes on, we dry out, and this is long gone. Snow accumulation, again, meager amounts for most, less than an inch. But for those near and north of Muskegon, I would not be surprised. Some spots here squeeze out 1 to 3 inches of snow. The good news is that we will warm up a bit above the freezing mark as we get into tomorrow afternoon. So whatever does accumulate will start to melt away with those numbers a touch above the freezing mark. Numbers tonight in the teens, and then you can see that climb gradually tomorrow with that south and west wind, 20s in the morning, turning into the 30s by afternoon into early evening. While the wind much calmer than yesterday. Yesterday we had wind gusts 50 to 60 miles per hour. Tomorrow the wind will pick up somewhat again, upwards of 30 miles per hour in those midday hours, but by far we are not expecting any substantial wind in this forecast over the coming days. We'll have one last chance of a rain-snow mix on Thursday. However, I do think most of the precipitation will be in the way of rain Thursday morning as temperatures climb above the freezing mark. And then Friday, a quiet day, a dry day for most, with temperatures soaring above the 50-degree mark. Temperatures tonight falling into the teens briefly. Our coldest spots in the near US 10 into the lower teens. And then for those near and south of I-96, right around the upper teens for that nighttime low. Most of the night quiet, but late snow arriving towards daybreak. 13 on your side, 7-day forecast. Yeah, no active big-time system nearby, Julia. Yeah, at this point of the season, it's just kind of a nuisance.
Yeah.
No, I think everyone's ready for spring to settle in. Yes, we know we can still see winter weather this late in the March. That's what we'll have tomorrow morning. But beyond that, we can just look forward to some 50s, maybe even near 60 come the start of the weekend. And hey, if we can line up a 60-degree day on Saturday,
oh, that would be perfect.
I think many will be excited.
I will be. Thank you, Blake.